You better quit playing. Like, I ain't trying to have people think that I got hairy nipples.
Welcome, everybody, to the Bob and Katie Show.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Bob. Let me tell you, I love having guests on the show, but I've been looking forward to just like you and me.
You missed me.
Back in the studio. We're not down in the living room anymore. We're doing an experiment tonight where we've shoved a blanket over the kids' door to try to muffle some of our loudness so that we don't disturb them and wake them up. Because our kids have been waking up in the middle of the night every night.
Like, they take turns.
Yes.
Like, last night it was Reese, and the night before that it was Reagan, and then Reagan woke up Riley one other night, and then Riley was running around 4 o'clock in the morning. And it's been a long week between the kids waking up and them trying to tear our house down piece by piece. It's been like a long week and a half.
Now, there's going to be a lot of parents who listen and they go, oh, well, my kids don't sleep through the night. Well, we've actually been blessed in that department for quite a while. Like, our kids have always slept through the night.
Yeah, we've never had it. Well, Reagan and Riley started sleeping through the night at 3 months old and have always slept through the night. Reese, he started sleeping through the night at 7 weeks old. My S's are like weird sounding. Like, I don't know, like it hurts my ears. Does it sound like that to you?
You stopped in the middle of your story.
It was bothering me because I said I said a lot of S's. It sounds weird to me. Does it sound weird to you or just my headphones?
I think it might be just your headphones.
Okay.
I'm not cutting any of this out.
Reese has been sleeping through the night since 7 weeks old.
Can I just say something? I love the fact that you're wearing headphones now. It makes my job so much easier. Because, like, but you used to not use headphones, and, like, you would talk, and you'd move around, and it would do this, and make this noise, and it'd, like, be moving back and forth, and like, when you have the headphones on, you can hear it, you know? So, thank you. That's what I'm saying.
You're welcome.
Keep on with your story. I'm listening.
So they've always slept through the night. Like, we've been super fortunate, and what the heck has happened lately? Like, I don't even know.
This episode we went through with Reagan the other night, it was beyond what I thought could ever happen to us. She started screaming, like in the middle of the night, dead asleep.
It was 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Me, you, and our niece Lena, we were up watching a movie, and we heard her screaming. We ran upstairs and thought, it was just a bad dream. Because, that's happened before. Reagan, she's had a couple of bad dreams before.
Mm-hmm. After all my Googling, just to make a long story short, she woke up in the middle of a dream or something and
She was hallucinating.
Yeah, she was hallucinating. She saw stuff crawling on her bed. It was so convincing that, like, I started getting nervous. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, maybe she really is seeing something. Because you never know. You know what I mean? Like, kids.
No, she was.
I
knew she didn't really see anything because we spent hours trying to calm her down. And at one point, I was laying with her on the floor because she didn't want to get back in her bed. And she was going, what is that? What is that? Pointing at the ceiling. Like, she was seeing things on the ceiling.
Well, this is what scares me. Once again, I grew up watching movies that I probably shouldn't have been watching at the age that I had watched movies.
You definitely didn't watch age-appropriate movies.
One thing that a lot of horror movies had in common was, like, little kids could see things that adults couldn't see.
Yeah.
and when I'm telling you she saw something, whether it was hallucination or now I can't even say it. What's the word?
Hallucinating?
Whether it was a hallucination or real, she saw it. You know what I mean? And, like, there was always this doubt in the back of my mind, like, what if there's something in here? I don't know how to fight off no ghost. Like, like, there is nothing in the parenting handbook.
Oh my gosh. Stop.
For defending your children from the spirits. You know what I mean? Like, other than just like, oh dear baby Jesus, please come down and get these spirits out of my house. Like, I don't know anything else to do. I ain't got one of them little boxes that you step on, it opens up and sucks them in.
Oh, like Ghostbusters? Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about right now?
I don't have one of them boxes. I don't know what to do. And it was very scary. Like,
it was so, it was a helpless feeling.
Yeah, there's nothing we could do.
Like, as a parent of small kids, our kids are still small enough where you can pretty much provide all of their needs. Mommy and daddy can fix everything.
Right.
but we couldn't fix that. Like,
we could do.
All we could say was, there's nothing there. Turn on the light, show her there's nothing there. But she was convinced that she saw things. And it was a very helpless feeling. I hated it. And then I ended up, laying in Riley's bed with him.
The race car bed. Because
Reagan had to go to our room.
Yeah, she couldn't stay in her room.
And by this time, poor kid, he's wide awake because Reagan's been screaming and she's done woke him up. And he's like trying to get comfortable. And he turns around and looks at me and says, Mommy, I want you to get out my bed because I don't love you. And by this time, it's like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. I was just like, roll over, close your eyes. I was like, I don't even want to hear it right now.
And now, I do need to talk to you about something a little more serious than like a 3-year-old's hallucinations. I need to talk to you about something that's affected me on a daily basis, and I'm not sure how to react to it.
What?
Do you remember a little while back, I had an issue with my left foot? I had that like...
Yes.
I had some kind of thing on the bottom of my foot, like I actually would compare it to, I don't know, like a callus, but it was like, it went in.
Yeah.
And I could hardly walk on my left foot. Like the pain was excruciating. And then eventually I went to the doctor and, he cut some little thing out.
Almost like a splinter, but it was calloused.
Yeah. Like the words that the doctor said to me was, I don't know how you were walking because this is like walking on a nail. And I was like, I've been doing it for like a month and a half, 2 months. Well, I think because my theory is because I've been like, I wasn't using my left foot. I was putting all my weight on my right foot. And like, I'd shifted myself to using more of my right leg than my left. I think I lost some weight in my right foot.
Like in your foot?
Yeah. Is that possible? Is that a thing?
Like what? Okay. Why do you think you lost weight in your right foot? Does it just appear thinner? Like, is that shoe loose or something?
The shoe is loose. Like my right.
Do you untie your shoes or do you just like slip your feet out?
I don't tie my shoes. I just slip my feet in and out. But like I have had to like tighten down my right.
So your laces are like, we're still the same. You don't like untie them. You just all of a sudden your shoe is looser.
Yep.
I mean, I guess it's a possibility.
Like I'm walking and like my left foot. And I'm always wondering if like when my right foot lost weight, if my left foot like gained weight. Like if I got like a fat left foot and a skinny right foot.
Oh my God.
Because like I'll be I walk a lot and I'll be walking and like my left foot is snug, but my right foot is moving around inside my shoe. And like I don't know what to do.
Like your foot shrank.
Yeah, I got that shrunk foot disease.
I mean, I guess it's possible, right? I mean, I don't know. Did you have unusually fatty feet maybe?
Well, I mean, I have you looked at me recently? I've pretty much my whole life I've had unusual fatty everything. So, I went to the doctor today. It was like my work has this like bus thing, and like they come out and this like there's doctors in it, and they check your cholesterol and your weight.
You're like a mobile physical.
They measured like the distance from my belly button around. I was like, oh my God.
Like your waist?
No. All right. Here's the deal. A skinny person doesn't have the same waist as a fat person. And what I mean is when a skinny person puts their pants on, it can go anywhere from like their navel down to above the fupa part. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But like a fat person, it's way more comfortable to wear your pants under the muffin. Like you don't put it up on top of the muffin. You know what I mean? You wear it under the muffin. So she measured me in 2 places. She measured me under the muffin, and then she measured me on top of the muffin. And like, I was sitting there thinking about it, I was like, I don't see the point in this. I don't know what possibly they could be getting from this. What was I going with this story? Anyways, I've lost a ton of weight. You've lost a ton of weight. And I'm overweight, but I'm healthy. That's weird sounding, but it is what it is. So I get done with this visit, and like, she goes over all of my stuff. The first thing she does is she reads my blood pressure, and she goes, "Oh, your blood pressure looks pretty good."
Like she was surprised?
I heard a little bit, but I wasn't sure. And
see, I'm like, and the doctor wouldn't know this because they don't know you personally, but like, I'm almost surprised you have good blood pressure because of how angry you are all the time. It seems like that would go hand in hand with like elevated blood pressure.
Speaking of why can't we talk? Speaking of elevated blood pressure and angriness, I have got to get a car because not being able to punch things inside the vehicle.
You better not be punching my truck.
I haven't. And it's
hold it back.
driving
Don't be pushing the steering wheel, the
crazy.
roof.
Like I'll be in traffic.
Can you get the Jenna back so you can just go, oh!
I think I'm grinding my teeth in traffic because I can't punch things. Should I get something to put in the seat?
Maybe you need one of those stress balls. You know that like
no, because I'll throw it out the window.
You can keep it in there and just be like, you can get one of those things, those little goofy things, and the eyeballs pop out when you squeeze it. You know what I'm talking about?
I'll be looking at it and I'll drive into a ditch. That's what'll happen. I got it. I just had a great idea. I'll get a punching bag. Like
in
a full-size punching bag.
To sit in the passenger.
And I'll put it in the passenger seat and put not a steering wheel, put a seatbelt on it. And then I can punch that bastard. Constantly. Look at me. You know it's not a bad idea.
I'm not saying it is. It's probably one of the safer alternatives.
If you have an old punching bag laying around your house that you want to get rid of, please email the Bob and Katie Show at gmail.com. I need it to not leak whatever is inside of a bag. I think it's like sand or something. It doesn't need to leak because I'm going to put it inside my truck. And
then Katie will be mad.
So that's the Bob and Katie Show.
That time you spilled Chinese food in the seat.
At gmail.com. We don't have that truck anymore.
I know. There was a huge red stain down the back of my seat for years that I had to look at. I'm not going to let you live that down.
So we got to circle back around to the doctor real quick. I finished the story. She gets to my cholesterol, and I'm telling you, she was prepared to like give me the speech.
The bad news.
On bad news. And she goes, your cholesterol? And she turned her head like a dog, like when a dog's confused. Yeah. And she goes, it's pretty good. And I go, are you surprised? And she goes, no. And then but I was like, yeah, you are.
So I have no idea what my cholesterol is. And I really don't know, what makes your cholesterol bad?
I don't know. Oh, you know what she told me I need to do? She said I need to stop eating red meat. There was some bad marks. I don't know what it was in the bad marks, but she said that I needed to cut back on my red meat and to eat more wheat. And I go, well, I'm not going to do that. And she goes, what do you mean? I said, well, in December, I was 310 pounds. And now I'm 265 pounds because I've been eating a lot of red meat and no bread.
We've been eating bacon.
I said, I eat all the red meat.
Bacon's not red meat, though.
No, it's not. But I mean, I eat a lot of hamburger. I eat a lot of jerky. And I said, that's why I said, so what do you think?
But we don't eat a lot. We don't eat a lot of
no,
beef.
But I mean,
we eat a lot of chicken.
The point is, I ain't changing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm not changing it. So I said, do you think it's better to cut back on the red meat and eat more wheat or be 400 pounds? And she goes, I think you could do it without being 400 pounds. And I don't need you to get snippy with me, doctor.
You don't know me. You don't know my life. I got hairy nipples.
But she drew a smiley face on my pamphlet because I guess they draw smiley faces on the pamphlets as they rotate through a lot of people. There was 50 people that seen these doctors in a 2-hour period. But I guess if your numbers were good, you got a smiley face. And if your numbers were not good, they just told you what to fix.
Frowny face?
No, I don't think so. I think you get a smiley face. You and I haven't sat down at the poker table in quite a while.
It's been several weeks.
And I had a dream.
I had a dream.
And I want to tell you about it.
Please do. Now,
what's important about this topic is that I don't dream.
That's really sad, Bob. That's really sad.
I'm assuming that I do have some kind of dreams, but
you're a daydreamer. You have all your dreams during the waking hours.
I sleep such short hours that my theory is I don't get to that point to have dreams.
That's really sad.
Because, I only sleep 2.5 to 3.5, maybe 4 hours a night. And it was about 2 weeks ago. I had a good long night of sleep. I think I slept 7 hours. And I had a dream. And I have been dying to tell you about it. But it's a sex dream. But I don't want to tell you about it because it's a sex dream. I want to tell you about it just as an overall dream.
Just a FYI, my mom informed me today that her and my dad are going to start listening to our podcast in the evenings together. So just,
okay,
keep that in the back of your mind.
There we were, and I was covered head to toe in honey, and you were wearing this tight leather thing with chains on your face. No, that's not really what happened.
Ew. Okay. So that sounds sticky.
This was my dream.
Not in a good way.
Yeah. We want to be sticky in the good way. No, this is my dream. We were in this house in our bedroom, right? So in my dream, it starts out, we're in the act of making love and we were on the bed and I'm looking down at you, right? But then all of a sudden I'm standing beside the bed and I'm looking at you and me.
Like an outer body experience?
Right. And I was like, man, this is weird. And then I heard something behind me and I turn and in the corner of the room, it's me, but I'm dressed as an Amish person.
What the heck?
Before I finish the story.
What? I don't even know what to make of that.
Before I finish the story, there's going to be people already that don't believe this because of that like dream thing I did to you and Ashley on the one episode where I pretended to get bit by a dog. You know what I'm talking about? Before I finish this, I promise what I'm telling you is an actual dream that I had. Okay. So I turn and look and it's me in the corner dressed as an Amish person. And then I look back and I'm still on the bed with you, but then I'm standing in the middle of the room and like, I don't know what to think. And I turn around and the Amish me is closer.
Oh my God.
He's like 2 feet away.
What's up, Bob?
And he's just staring at me.
Enjoying the show?
He didn't say anything. I turn back around.
That's probably even more creepy than if he actually did talk to you.
So I turn back around and you and I are still on the bed going at it, but not me. You know what I mean? Like I see me, but it's not me and I'm standing in the room. And then I turn around again and now the Amish me is like right in my face. And he just goes, "You don't belong here."
Oh God, that gives me chills.
And something sucked me out of the wall. Like the wall didn't explode. It was like I got pulled through it and slammed into our yard. And like I stood up and looked at the side of the house. And then I woke up and I was like scared and like I might have been turned on. I'm not sure what was happening. But it was like 4:00 in the morning. I woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep. So what do you think that means? Because like dreams are supposed to mean something, right? Like I don't ever dream like that. Like I don't ever dream at all.
Like, that gives me chills on the back of my neck, and I really don't want to talk about it anymore. It's freaking me out.
No, like, what do you think it means? Like there's so many elements to it that I don't know what to do. Like you have dreams, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you ever have weird dreams like that? Like, is that?
I mean, I've never had a dream like that. No.
I mean, like, I don't know if I'm supposed to just like forget about it and pretend it didn't happen, or like, should I be nervous that like my brain is working in some weird way? Like, I don't know what to do.
You should probably be nervous.
I can't tell you one thing. I'm a pretty sexy guy, especially for a fat dude. But when I'm dressed in Amish clothes, it's horrifying.
Like, I can't even imagine.
I might have been dressed as a pilgrim. I'm not sure what the difference in the attire is.
And that's kind of very similar, right?
You know what? The hat was plain black. It didn't have a belt buckle on it. Didn't like pilgrims have like belt buckles on their hats? I don't think this one had a belt buckle on his hat. Am I stereotyping pilgrims right now?
I don't know. Maybe.
If you have ever studied dreams, please email the Bob and Katie Show at gmail.com. Or, you know what? Anybody who ever had like a weird dream, call in and like leave a voicemail. It's got to be short though, like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and give us your dream. Because I feel like I need to relate to somebody. Like I need to, like maybe I need to be in a group. You know,
you think there's other people out there that have sex dreams where they had an outer body experience as an Amish person?
Yeah, and got sucked through a wall and slammed into the grass. That's probably a really
small support group.
It's like 3 of us. I don't know. What should I do? Because like when I lay down at night, I think about it and like I'm scared I'm going to have the dream again.
You should probably pray before you go to bed tonight. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't know, I guess. So to lighten the mood, I got some news stories.
So
does that mean no? You just want to cut me off? You got something?
Yeah, I'm pretty much going to just cut you off.
Go ahead.
As we said at the beginning, it's been a heck of a week and a half. You got to go check your notes and stuff. I'm shooting from the hip here, Bob. This is all natural.
Pretend like it's not happening.
So as we said, it's been a really long week and a half. And I think the last podcast we talked about the kids punching the hole in the door.
They didn't punch a hole in the door. They pushed the door real hard, and
they didn't like punch with their fist.
Like, I'm teaching them young.
The door stopper punched through the door.
My children are angry, just like their daddy.
They might be picking up on some things, but anyway, that was kind of the beginning of like boom, 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 like
things
trying to tear our house down. I'm telling you. Well, it was like a couple days after that happened with the door. We had what I'm going to refer to as the sugar fiasco of 2018.
Oh, I wasn't here for that.
Yeah. I don't remember what I was doing.
I'm never here.
I know I'm wrangling all these kids. This is how this stuff happens. There's only one of me and there's three of them and they're just like scattering, just destroying things all the time. So I had come upstairs. I think I was hanging up some clean laundry or something. Anyway, I was upstairs, but it was only for just like a couple minutes. I go back downstairs. I go in the kitchen and oh my God, the holy mess. There was sugar everywhere. I have a little sugar dish, like a little sugar bowl.
I'm aware of it.
It's small.
Yeah, I know what it looks like.
You would think that thing held like a 5-pound bag of sugar, as much sugar as was spread all over our kitchen.
They didn't eat it? Like,
I'm sure they did. I had a cup of water. It's like half a cup of water. I always have a water cup that I use during the day, and I keep it on the same part of the counter near the refrigerator where I get the water.
Give me water.
And it's the same counter where the sugar bowl is. So in this cup of water, it's like half a cup of water, and it was like syrup where they had put sugar in there. That's probably where it started. There were spoons, I'm assuming, that they used to get the sugar out of. And then there was sugar on the stovetop, which was, the counter where I keep the sugar dish. It's right beside the stove. And we don't have a smooth glass top stove. No. We have a stove that has like the 4 burn. I don't know what's it called? Is there like a...
Yeah, it's just a 4 burners.
Anyway, so
It's the stove that comes in a new house when they build it because it's, it's not fancy. It's just a generic put a stove in.
There's sugar like inside of the burners and under the burners.
Is this why you pulled me to the side and you were like, how much does a stove cost?
That's exactly why. Because as I was cleaning up this mess, and thank God, just a few weeks ago, I learned that the top of the stove, you can like lift it up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, right?
I never knew that. Like most stoves are like that. There's somebody right now that's going to go check and look. If you have not like a glass top stove, because I'm not sure about those, but just a regular stove, go to your stove and lift up the top of it. It will lift up.
And you can clean under the eyes and stuff. Yeah, it's wild.
So thank God I knew this information because I don't know what I would have done. And I'm like looking around, surveying.
Burning sugar
mess.
Can't smell great.
Yeah, I don't know. Thank God I got it cleaned up before I use the stove. But I'm like, how am I going to clean this up? Because you would think sugar, it's crystals. Well, the thing is, there was water and sticky children involved. So not only was this sugar, but there was just stickiness. And then there were 2 kids that were covered head to toe in sugar, and they're running around just spreading it. So I grabbed the kids one by one, sit them on the counter, put their feet over in the sink, and wash their feet off in the sink because a baby wipe? No. It was just spreading sugar and stickiness everywhere. So yeah, I had to put their feet and legs in the sink and hose them off. And then I was like, do I vacuum it? And I'm like, I don't want to ruin the vacuum, get it all sticky. So I'm using like this little handheld broom trying to sweep up what I can before I have to wipe everything.
A handheld broom opposed to what other kind of broom?
Like the big broom. Like
a magic broom?
No, like it was a little broom, like a little one that...
So a small broom,
yeah,
not a handheld
not a
broom.
Full-size broom.
Okay.
The one that,
Yeah, so not one that like a witch rides on.
No.
Just a tiny broom.
Contrary to what you may believe, Bob, I don't own one of those.
Sometimes I'm not sure.
Shut up. Yeah, so I spend a solid hour cleaning up sugar.
Because you have time for that in your day.
I didn't have anything else to do. It was fine. So, I literally have to wash the broom after I get done because it's just sticky. Like, everything is just so sticky. Everywhere I go, it's sticky. And there's sugar on the bottom of my feet. I have to wash my feet off like 2 different times during this whole process. And then after I sweep everything up, wipe off the counters and the stovetop and every surface, then I have to mop the floor. And yeah, I spent an hour. So moral of the story, people, if you have kids, lock down the sugar dish. Because I don't wish that upon anybody.
Well, that sounded...
It was horrible. It was so bad. It was so bad. Like the sugar dish right now, it's still sitting on the counter, but it ain't got no sugar in it. And I don't plan on putting any sugar in it.
Just throw it in the garbage. Just throw it in the garbage.
No, it's a super cute sugar dish though.
Yeah, just throw it in the garbage.
It.
I don't know. Speaking of cleaning stuff up or out, we were down in the kitchen tonight.
Oh God.
You know what I'm going to talk about. And you said...
I'm pretty sure I know where this is going.
You said, can you finish cleaning up the kitchen? It's like, all we had left was like the floors. And you said, I'm going to go take a shower. Well, I hear you coming down the stairs. And I was sitting...
That is not what I sound like going down the stairs.
I was sitting in the living room. And you go walking by with what I thought was a rat in your hand. And I stood up and quickly came into the kitchen because I was concerned. And what it was you went into the shower and gathered up all your loose hair.
It was out of the drain.
And,
like I took the little cover.
Oh, okay. You put it on the drain.
I unscrewed the little stopper thingy and took it out. And because the drain, it's been draining really slow. Mm-hmm. And so I thought of that as I was about to get in the shower. And I was like, I'm sure it's clogged up with my hair.
And I thought that was the end of it. And you go back into like the washroom and you come back out with this thing that I bought. That like you can stick down into a drain and it's supposed to like catch stuff like that.
Yeah, it's this like plastic, like flexible plastic. Yeah, like it's almost got like little teeth coming out of the side.
And you go, I'm going to go get more. And you run upstairs and I'm like, what? I mean, we have a new house. What
How much hair could possibly be in that drain?
Hey, you came down with a grocery bag that looked like it had a dead chihuahua in it.
I was shocked. Like, I shoved that thing down in there, and when I pulled it up, I was expecting there to be some hair on it, right? I knew there was. I knew there was a little bit more down in there. But when I pulled it up, the hair just kept coming, and it was like this massive wad. It was like a creature crawled in our drain and died, and I was like, oh my God. Now, how was any water going down? I have no idea.
I looked inside the bag, right? And it was a lot. But also what I could see was that it was yours. I immediately looked up at your head and started staring at your hair because I was like, she's going bald. But like, I don't see it. Can you feel like your hair is falling out?
I mean, I know my hair is falling out really bad right now. I have Graves' disease, and it's just, I go through periods of time where
I was like, what?
Hormones.
Sorry, I got caught up on the word period for a second. I was like, wait, do those two have anything to do with each other?
Well, it can.
I have a period 3 weeks out of the month, and that's why Bob's an angry man.
Oh God. No, I go through periods of time every so often where my hair will fall out really bad. Like, I mean,
walking around
I have
like
really
Uncle
thick,
Fester.
I have really thick, heavy hair anyway. And so, yeah, I mean, it comes out. But it's like really bad. Like at any given time, I can run my hands through my hair and it's just like wads of hair comes out.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't seem to affect your legs.
That's how it is. Mm-hmm.
No. What about?
I wish it would. Like if your leg hair would just like fall off. Like, oh my God, that would be convenient.
Not for me. It wouldn't. It'd be weird.
No, for me.
I wake up like silky smooth, like baby legs.
That would be so weird. I remember you used to nair your arms, and I hated it so much because I have kind of hairy arms for a lady anyway. Mm-hmm. And your arms,
you
have
really
any
do.
hair? Like
you're one step away from being like that hairy guy from the Addams Family. You know what I'm talking about? Just
you just said that.
No, I said Fester. I was talking about your hair up top.
Cousin It?
Yeah, it.
My arms are not that hairy, okay? I don't appreciate you calling me out like that. Because right now, like, people are imagining me with, like, extremely long, thick, bushy arm hair, I'm sure. And it's not like that.
If you've never gone to our Facebook page before, it's exactly what she looks like. She has a mustache and like these long hairs. It's not like.
Why are you making fun of my body hair?
She's
Jeez.
not like covered in hair. It's just like it's like random like strands that come off her arm that are like 7-8 inches long. You can put beads on them.
I don't even know what to say to you right now.
You said that you were like, I've got hairy arms for a lady, and you don't.
I do. I do. I said for a lady.
Your arms are fine.
But when you used to nair your arms,
your nipple hair, that's what's weird. You got little afros on your nipples. We need to do something about that. It's got to drive Reese crazy because you're like breastfeeding.
Will you stop?
It's like trying to suck on a pom pom.
Oh my god!
You got them pom pom nipples.
You better quit playing. Like, I ain't trying to have people think that I got hairy nipples.
Oh, that is going to be the sound clip of the week.
Don't even be putting that out in the atmosphere.
I'm going to cut this show.
Somebody's going to not know we're joking and be like, that lady's got hairy nipples. I feel so sorry for Bob and that poor baby.
I'm going to cut this show so that it makes you sound like you go, I have hairy nipples. That's what it's going to sound like when I'm done editing this show. It's just going to be randomly throughout the episode. You're just going to hear you go, I have hairy nipples. It's going to be great.
I got hairy nipples.
What were we talking about?
Your lack of arm hair. Well, it used to be lack.
Yeah.
You used to nair your arms.
Anyways, I was very surprised when you pulled the dead, like, animal rat thing out of the...
It wasn't a dead animal.
It was like a human hair cocoon.
Everybody gets hair down their drain, so...
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm sure there was plenty of your beard hair. It's always in the shower.
Yeah. I'm sure there was some in there. We could count them. Like, separate them and go through it. And
do you want to go dig through the hair wad? It's disgusting. Because it's, like, been down in the drain for a while.
What did you do with it? Where's it at?
It's in the trash. What do you think I was going to save it as a souvenir? I got hairy nipples. Like, put in a bottle on the shelf.
Oh, my God.
As a specimen, put in some formaldehyde.
That 360... vodka stuff that I like to drink has that like automatic hook lid plunger thing. We could shove it all down into one of those bottles and then like seal it up.
I'm not shoving it anywhere.
And just like put it up here on the shelf.
It's like slimy and gross.
We could wash it.
You're going to wash my hair wad?
Yeah, we'll wash it. You know, we'll dry it.
Like with shampoo?
Yeah.
Or do you put like conditioner? Do you condition it also?
No, I mean, we're not going to condition it. Nobody's going to touch it. And we just
You're going to touch it when you shove it down in that bottle.
Yeah, we'll shove it down in the bottle. We'll put it on the shelf. That's happening.
That's disgusting.
Wait, was it in the trash can before or after I took the trash out?
I don't know.
Man, am I going to have to go dig through the big trash can? Because I got to get this hair wad back.
You dug through the trash the other night for something. What was it? We thought we threw something away. And so you were digging through the trash, but then we found it. And it was not in the trash at all.
And it was like...
And you had dug like halfway down the bag.
And I think you had cleaned out the refrigerator or something.
There was definitely something gross in there.
Oh, yeah. It was all over my hands. It was disgusting. I hated you for like an hour. I don't even remember what it was we were looking for. I didn't tell
you to go digging in the trash.
I had to dig through like the big dumpster one time at the apartment because I had lost some weight and I went to throw a bag of trash in and my ring came off. Did I ever tell you about that?
I don't remember that. I don't think you told me.
I swear that would have been a story that would have been on the podcast. I had to get in the trash can, like the big square trash can. I remember
you telling me about walking to the trash dumpster at the apartment and you and this other guy that was extremely large were wearing the same shirt.
Yeah. You know what? A couple weeks ago, I took a picture of myself wearing like a button-up shirt to do like a before and after type of picture because of the weight that I lost.
Uh-huh.
But like I didn't actually leave the bathroom with that shirt on because it's out of my comfort zone. I'm real weird about clothes.
You are. It wasn't black.
No.
That's why it was out of your comfort zone.
It
was all like pastel colors. It had some white on there.
So,
like, this isn't black. I can't wear this.
About a week ago, I wore that shirt to work.
Did you?
I did. And, I didn't button it up. I wore like a nice white t-shirt under it. You know, I kind of wore it just like an overshirt, sort of. And I got to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. And at 8:10, one of the guys that works with me, like I wear black polo so frequently that if I wear something different, people feel like they have to say something to me. And he goes, why's that shirt not buttoned up? It looks different. Like you're wearing something different. And this was 10 minutes after I got to work and I had to be at work for 11 hours. And I thought about that stupid shirt all day long.
Like, what do you mean? Like, did it make you self-conscious?
Oh yeah, I was uncomfortable. At one point, I almost went to Walmart to buy a new black polo and I was just going to like change and come back to work.
Oh my gosh.
So, I'm not going to wear that shirt again, I don't think.
Why?
Because I just can't. I can't. I only wear clothes that are not black, when I'm here with you. Like, I don't like wearing colors in public. I just don't do it. I don't like wearing colors in public. I don't like sleeves. I like to wear sleeveless shirts, sleeveless black shirts. That's what I like to wear.
Or sleeveless gray shirts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I won't wear this shirt out in public. This is at the house. I like you shirt. Like this is not company coming over. If you were like, oh, somebody's coming over, I'm going to go put on a black shirt and some shorts.
Really?
Oh yeah. You act surprised like you don't know that I wear the same thing every single day.
Well, I mean, I do know that you wear a lot of black.
Yeah.
But I guess I didn't realize that like it was to that degree where if somebody was coming over, you would go change from what you're wearing right now.
Oh God, yeah.
Because I see you wear the same clothes all the time around the house.
Yeah. Well, you mean you don't really go out and like talk to people and things. Like we don't have people come over too often.
No, because it's chaos around our house. I know the kids, like, I have my around the house clothes that I wear pretty much on a daily basis. It involves a lot of stretchy pants and leggings and t-shirts. Mm-hmm. And if I wear something different, the kids are like, where are we going? Where are we going, Mom? Are we leaving?
Now, when I first, this is another thing that happened. When I first started losing this weight, I dropped a pant size and I had some pants that were a different type of pants than I like to wear. See, I like to wear pants.
We discussed this before. You like to wear loose fitting pants.
Right. And I wore some
and
pants.
They have to be loose fitting pants. No relaxed fit, no regular fit, loose fit, and only specific loose fit.
Mm-hmm. So I wore some pants to work that were regular fit.
What?
And one of my coworkers goes, oh, you're wearing the skinny pants today.
And it made you and you've never worn them again, have you?
No, I wore them again like 2 weeks later. And I'll be damned if that same employee didn't come back and say, oh, you're wearing them skinny pants again. And when I got home, I folded them pants up and they're in the top of the closet.
Why?
I don't know, man. Like, I just don't want people to talk to me about my clothes. I don't like it. Like, I'm one step away from wearing a burqa.
They're probably talking about you behind your back going, did Bob wear that same outfit every day?
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Like, do you think they probably have like this pool going on with all your coworkers going, is Bob going to wear a black shirt today?
I mean, like, I don't care. There's probably people that think I only own one black polo and like 2 pair of pants, which is not true.
No, it's not true.
I've got like 30 pair of pants.
And
I just don't wear them.
So many black polos.
Oh yeah, when you look at my closet, it looks like a superhero closet. Like I just have the same outfit.
So many black, and every so often you'll come home from like Walmart,
and I got a new one.
And you're like, look at this. I like this one. It was on sale. Look at this great shirt I found on sale. It's like exactly like all your other shirts. Or, you've got like this one that's like a different fabric. It's like the thinner, like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you can breathe a little bit better. Yeah. I like that one. So that's like this new thing that Walmart's carrying out. It's an XL t-shirt.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's long. So my fat cracks don't hang out. Like they stay.
Fat cracks?
Yeah. I got fat cracks. You know what I mean? And like when you get those, like those t-shirts, okay, so like I wear a 2X, right? But instead of like XXL, you can find one of them XXL tees.
Like the big and tall.
Right.
It's like a little bit longer.
And what that does for me is it stays tucked in because I tuck my shirts in at work for the most part. And like normally, so when you wear a 2X shirt, 2X shirts are not meant for fat people. They're meant for tall, thin people. You know what I mean? So when you're fat, what happens is it pulls the shirt up. So if you lift your arms up in the air, you know, your stomach hangs out or your butt crack hangs out or something like that. So those XL t-shirts, I could tuck them in and they stay tucked in. Now, I had this conversation with the person that said something to me about the shirt. I think it was just a couple days ago, and there was another person there, and I don't remember what brought it up, but the lady that was talking with us, she looks at me, and with like no smile or anything, she goes, "They probably make a medication for that." And I go, "What?" And she goes, "A medication?" And I said, "For my clothes?" And then I started laughing so hard that I fell down in the hallway.
You fell down?
I was on the floor laughing.
Like laying on the ground?
Yeah. And she looked confused. Now,
it probably just solidified it in her mind that you really do
he really does need medication. Now,
she probably walked away going, "This poor man, he doesn't even realize how bad off he is."
So the guy, he turns and looks at her without missing a beat, and he goes, "You just ended up on a podcast." Like, that's what he said to her.
Do you think people are afraid to talk to us?
Oh, yeah.
Because they're like,
yeah.
talk about me.
Yeah. I catch that all the time. It's like, "You're not going to talk about this, are you?" I get it all the time. So I'm sure that you don't get it because you just talk to the kids. You don't really go out and associate with like other adult humans. But, you know, it happens.
It's not my choice, okay? Jeez. I got hairy nipples.
Like, this is what's crazy. You have no idea, like, the kind of, like, popularity that our show really has.
Because I never leave the confines of these four walls.
You know, like, I tell you, it's like, "Oh, we had this many downloads." Like, we have this many downloads. And, like, it doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? Like,
what do you mean it doesn't mean anything?
I mean, like, it doesn't mean anything tangible. There's nothing tangible about it.
I do have other human contact occasionally.
I know. But, like, I'm out in the public all the time. And, like, at least 2 or 3 times a week, like, somebody approaches me and says, "Oh, yeah, I listen to your show." And that doesn't happen to you.
It has happened to me on several occasions.
Every now and then when you leave the house. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, anyways, but yeah, I do have people that
Any more insults for me, Bob?
No, I don't. I love you. Please don't make me sleep on the couch. You know, we got a new couch, though. That couch is pretty comfortable.
It's pretty darn comfortable.
You want to put me on the couch? That's fine. I'll sleep on the couch.
All right, then. I'm about to hold you to that.
Now, it's that time again. Patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. This is the part of the show where we beg for your money. Not all of it. We don't need all your money. We're not greedy people. We're not monsters. We don't even want the amount that, like, you have to give to church. We're not even asking for that. We're talking about pennies. Pennies.
I can't believe you just compare people giving us money to their tithes. Like, that's like this.
No, I said it's not the same thing. We're asking for mere pennies. So go to patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show, and you can sign up to be a part of that community for just one measly old $1. And for that $1, you get a bunch of bonus episodes. You get the video of you winking. We're doing this fitted sheet video soon. It's just a cool way to get extra stuff. Like, one other thing that happened is we had the episode that came out last week where we introduced, I forgot who they are.
Warriors?
Yeah, the Tabletop Warriors as a part of our network. And all of our patrons actually got that episode like a couple days early. So, I mean, like, you'll get stuff like that.
See, isn't it a good thing to be a patron?
Yeah. I'm not even sure if anybody listened to it because I didn't really talk about it. I just kind of posted it and walked away. But, I mean, it was there. It was there. Like, that's what you can get for $1. You can't even get 10 chicken nuggets for $1. Mm-mm. You got to have $1.49.
You can get 4 chicken nuggets at Wendy's for 99 cents.
You're not really helping right now because some people would be like, "Man, chicken nuggets are delicious."
Wendy's chicken nuggets are pretty darn good.
They are pretty good. And they got that $1 Frosty. You're going to need $4.
You gotta stop.
You need $1 for patreon.com, and then you need $3 other for a Frosty and some chicken nuggets and a little small fry from Wendy's. We have to go now because can you watch the kids while I go to the store?
The kids are asleep.
Or just hang out, you know. And I'm going to go get us some chicken nuggets.
Not leave them alone? Yeah, I think I can handle that.
I did have some news I wanted to share with you. I should have done this earlier because this is going to be weak compared to some of our other stuff.
You're weak, Bob.
Now,
Sorry,
this is the first thing. Ford just put out a recall. Now, this is great. Ford is recalling 1.4 million cars because their steering wheels are popping off
First of all, did you make sure our car was not on the recall list? First and foremost.
I did.
I'm not trying to be driving down the street with a car full of children and the steering wheel just fall off. That's no good.
How did you make that noise without putting your fingers in your mouth? That was crazy.
With my lips.
I've never seen you do that before.
I have all kinds of powers.
Can you do it again? I want to hear it again.
No, because now I'm laughing.
So, like, I could do that noise, but for me to do it, I got to stick my finger, like, I stick it down the side of my mouth, and it was way better the first time you did it. There you go. So, Ford is recalling 1.4 million vehicles because the steering wheel can become loose and even come off while driving.
How horrifying is that?
It's like that episode of Mr. Bean where he's in that little yellow car and he leans back and his steering wheel comes off.
Boy, I love me some Mr. Bean.
I know, right? Like, can you, like...
I kind of want to go watch Mr. Bean.
We'll go watch Mr. Bean.
After we get done.
We have Netflix and Amazon Prime. There's gotta
Surely
be
there's some Mr. Bean somewhere.
Yeah.
I do love me some Mr. Bean. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Now, what do you do?
Steering wheel's falling off?
So what do you do if you're driving and the steering wheel comes off?
You do the Home Alone face.
So, I mean,
because where else are you can put your hands on the steering wheel? It's not there anymore.
You got to hit the brakes, obviously. But, like, I guess you can't hit them fast. You just need to, like, slow down, like, gradually and just hope for the best.
I guess so. I don't know. I've never had any steering wheel falling off incidences. Thank God.
So we're going to give a little heads up. The affected models are the Ford Fusion and the Lincoln MKZ, both from the model years 2014 to 2018.
We're good.
Years.
Our car is way older than that.
2010. Like, I constantly hear people go, "Oh wow, I like your ride." Like they look at our truck like it's all fancy.
It's like 8 years old,
and I'm like, "This is a 2010."
And it's new to us. We've had it for 2 years.
I hate that truck.
What? Shut your dirty mouth. I love that truck.
Like, I complained a lot about the Death Jetta, but man, that car was simple. Like, you get in, you cranked it up.
The only reason you don't like the truck is because it has that dang Bluetooth, and every day you be calling me whenever you get off of work, and it picks up your phone.
Whenever takes it.
You're like, you start cussing, you get, stole my phone, bleep, 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 bleep. Fussing at the truck. The truck is just trying to make your life more convenient.
It's not doing that.
Hey, Bob, let me help you. Let me help you out there. Let me give you a hand and make your drive a little more safe.
It's not doing that.
Instead, you just get mad.
I guess. Now, I got one more news story. Now, this one...
Reagan got mad at me the other day, and you know what she told me? I can't remember if I told you this or not.
What did she tell you?
She was so mad at me. She said, "Mommy, lay down on the floor, because I'm going to mop you and throw you in the trash."
Oh, my God.
She was so mad, and I was like, dang, that's like, a burn.
That's kind of...
It was harsh, right?
Yeah.
I was trying not to laugh because I was like, it's not nice to talk to mommy that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, where did she get these things? She's like, I'm going to mop you and throw you in the trash. I'm sorry. Continue.
I do need your focus because this next story.
I can't make any promises.
This is real stuff.
I kind of have to pee.
We're almost done.
Can
you hold it? Mm-hmm. Don't pee in that seat. You always be trying to pee in my podcast room.
I don't be trying to pee.
But this is important.
And sometimes I laugh and a little leaks out.
Yeah. I read this and I was like, it is my duty. to share. You're like a 12-year-old boy. I swear.
Duty.
Like, this is... I'm
surrounded by children all day. What do you expect?
I have a platform, and I feel like it is my responsibility to share such an impactful story, okay? My drawback was who the story was about. So it's about the Kardashians.
Okay.
And I normally don't venture into talking about the Kardashians for obvious reasons, but I saw this story, and I was like, we have to.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, because I have not been keeping up with the Kardashians.
Kourtney and Kim, they went to the beach, according to people.com.
And I'm sure that everybody has to know that they went to the beach.
That's the story.
Why can't they just let them people have a beach day?
Can you explain that to me? Because I am flabbergasted at how this is a story. Look at the headline. Kardashian Beach Day. Kourtney and Kim spend a relaxing Sunday at the shore.
Because people have to know every time they fart.
Yep.
Because they're the Kardashians.
The weekend was all about sand and sun rays for Kourtney Kardashian and Kim Kardashian West. Like, I am speechless at how this is a news story. I don't get it. If Donald Trump went to the beach, I don't think there would be a news story. Oh, what just happened?
No, the Kardashians are way more popular.
Oh, this is why right here. It's because they stay naked. That's got to be the reason, right?
Yeah, it could be. I got hairy nipples.
It's because look at this. They talk about what kind of food they eat on the beach.
That's not the kind of food I eat on the beach.
That's not the kind of food I eat for dinner.
That's like a champagne glass.
That's out in the sand.
Who has champagne glasses?
Like Kardashians, I guess.
I guess so.
And look, there's her toes. They want to talk about her toenails. Like, this is wild. Look, there's more toenails. How is this a story for
That's
people?
like the trendy hipster thing is people take pictures of their feet.
They put another story about the Kardashians inside the story about the Kardashians. Like, at some point, shouldn't your head just explode?
I don't think people get tired of...
Oh, and there goes her laying pretty much naked on... This is the reason here. Don't you think? This is the only reason.
Because they got booties.
I am...
It's because they have booties and they show it off.
So is that what we got to do? Do I need to put you in a thong and put you out on the beach?
Not happening, Bob. I got hairy nipples. I don't even like showing off my legs.
The Bob and Katie show have a beach day.
Don't nobody care if we go to the beach.
You'll be in like, you wear like this thong and then like I'll sit in the sand and eat cheese puffs. Because like that's the only way that I feel like it would be comparable to this at all.
Nobody wants to see our beach day.
No, I don't go to the beach. I don't like.
That's where the sharks live.
Yeah. It's a fat thing. Like
No, for me, it's like a complete fear thing.
Really? Oh, like in the water?
Yeah.
You know what I did?
What did you do?
So we have our treadmill now, and I was running. This was like 4 o'clock in the morning, I guess. And I ran about a half a mile and I got hot, you know, because I mean, you know, I'm a fat guy running. So I mean, I was going to get hot. And I started thinking about it and I was like, nobody can see me. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm in my house. It's not like I'm at a gym, you know, and I took my shirt off.
Okay.
It was weird.
Was it freeing? Was it empowering?
It was. It really was. Like, I don't think there's people that aren't fat don't get it. Like normal skinny guys, oh, you take your shirt off, you go mow the grass or something. Not me. I wear a coat. Like I'm trying to stay bundled up so nobody can see my fat rolls. And I know that people look at me and they're like, they can, no matter what I wear, people can look at me and go, he's fat. It doesn't matter. But that's not how my brain works. Yeah. You know, it's the same reason that I have 9 black polos in my closet. Mm-hmm. It's because it's just the way my mind works. So I was running and I took my shirt off and I felt like Andy Dufresne when he crawled through, you know, like 200 yards of filth and came out on the other end and he had his arms out. Is that what it was like? That's the same feeling. He was looking up in the sky, you know, and like the rain was falling on him. Freedom. Like I felt like I had been in jail for 20 years and I got out.
Well, I'm excited for you. I'm not going to run with my shirt off. I got hairy nipples.
But like, even though it was like 4 o'clock in the morning and I know that you don't move around at 4 o'clock in the morning, there was this fear that you were going to open the door.
Well, and I was like, I have news for you, Bob.
If Katie sees me running. I have seen you
with your shirt off.
I don't like it. Oh my God. I don't like you seeing me with my shirt off. In my mind, I started playing it through my mind.
Everybody knows I've seen you with your shirt off. We got 3 kids.
That doesn't mean anything. In my mind, I was like, if she opens this garage door and sees me run on this treadmill, she might leave me.
Well, rest assured, I promise that I'm not going to come in the garage at 4 o'clock in the morning. Because my behind's going to be asleep.
So as long as I don't run shirtless in the middle of the day, our marriage is safe? Yeah. Find your laugh.
Find your happy.
This has been a Cabcast Studios production. For more episodes and information, visit cabcaststudios.com.
I got hairy nipples.